Anyway, so that's about Nvidia. Nvidia, again, beat earnings. They had more revenue than expected, more profit than expected, and yet the stock dumped 9%, 15% in the past 5 days, which again, how big is that, right? Well, when you're as big as Nvidia, 15%, that's like 3 McDonald's. Not the stores, the company. It's like the company McDonald's disappeared 3 times. It's like, it's such a vast amount of money disappearing overnight for beating your earnings. Imagine, I want you to imagine what would happen. I mean, look how red the stock market was today. Look how bad everyone's doing. Imagine what would have happened if Nvidia had reported shrinking earnings. Imagine if they were like, we were actually down slightly. It would have been a bloodbath. It would have been, we have to pray they keep doing well, dude. To be fair, it's more about forward guidance. The real thing, if you look into it, is that their margins are declining. It's a bad sign. Like the dark spot on Nvidia's announcement was not the amount of money they made. It's that their margin between how much it costs to make and how much they sell it for is shrinking, indicating there's more competition, there's slightly less demand, so they have to cut their price a little bit on certain things for big industrial clients. And so people are afraid the growth might slow. It'll go back up. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But I will say this. I will say this. I will say this. So let's go back 6 months. There was the big dip right here from DeepSeek. Remember that? And right here, every single retail investor bought the dip. Everyone. It was like the big story was that all retail investors were like, I'm genius. I'm going to buy the dip. Nvidia always goes up. And then it went up a little bit. And then it went back down. It's trading flat. The hedge funds did not buy here. We don't know. It could still, of course, we don't know. But I mean, they just reported incredible earnings and it shrunk. Now we'll see. The market digests news slowly. Maybe tomorrow it goes up a little. We'll see, but the pattern of always buy the dip, it always works, is a very retail mindset. Okay, you have to understand that it's not a guaranteed strategy. You're still high risk. You're still buying at what's possibly the end of a truly generational run, right? You're still buying and you're predicting this happens again, right? You're like, I want big growth. I want this again. I want Nvidia to go a $30 trillion company. Is that possible? It's not impossible, but it's a little crazy. Did you see what Dario Amode wrote about DeepSeek R1 Nvidia chip demand? I did. I talked about it with Doug. I think it's fascinating. I also watched the Dwarkesh Patel podcast with Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft. Listen to the whole damn thing. And I found him to be a smart guy. But again, there's stuff that gives me pause. There's some lines in there where Microsoft CEO is like, yeah, we're going to close some data centers. Where it's like, okay, are they possibly pulling back on this insane spend? And if so, that'll fuck up everything. So it's just, it's interesting is all I'm telling you. It's an interesting time. I don't know. Because again, I also see big breakthroughs happening in AI all the time. Like they are making progress. There are cool new things, especially in like healthcare with diagnosi, the ability to ingest a bunch of medical research and then come up with new protein folds or things like that. Like there's cool projects being done, but I still think the market has overvalued the hype around AI too soon. Me with my 5 Nvidia shares listening to the earnings call. That's base, dude. Listening to earnings calls is one of the most boring but high reward things you can do. If you ever have nothing to do, you're truly bored, sit down and listen to the UPS earnings call. Just listen to it. Just try to internalize what they're saying. You'll get a better idea about the health of the company and the economy than you would from any kind of one headline summary. But also don't. It's boring. If you don't care, don't do it. It's actually not, it really is boring. I have to play TFT when I'm listening. I can't believe my Trump coin is down. No asset is safe in this economy. Remind me we should watch the new CoffeeZilla, Voidzilla video. He talks about this. It is so funny that crypto people thought Trump would be their savior. And in fact, he kicked off a wave of meme coins that has driven every retail investor out of crypto. They all got scammed so hard they are running for the hills. CoffeeZilla, Voidzilla. I wanted to watch this. It's called Who Could Have Seen This Coming 10 hours ago.
If I talk about this when things are good, people are going to tell me, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Look at how high the market is. It's everything.
I fucking feel you, CoffeeZilla. I feel you so hard. Flirt. This is the crypto bros prayer. That's their own version. Their prayer is, if it's up, have fun staying poor, idiot loser. You haven't done 100 years of study like me. And if it's down, you're a fudder. I'm holding diamond hands that'll go to the moon. There's no time you could tell them, hey, this is fucking stupid. So I'm just gonna tell it to you all the time. By the way, what a great cinema pose by fucking CoffeeZilla.
Same thing with Enron coin. We also know Hayden Davis was involved in that as well. Another huge.
Wait, Enron coin didn't work? Makes me ashamed to wear this hat. I've always prided myself on Enron's core values, both new and old. 10 years ago, we were talking about utility. 10 years ago, they were like, it's coming. It's now been enough time. Not a single crypto has done anything of utility. It's all been a scam. Yeah, the only utility is for doing illegal transactions with Bitcoin. Bitcoin has a lot of utility if you're a drug trafficker or a human trafficker. It has a lot of utility for that. Outside of Bitcoin and outside of that, there really hasn't been anything. And 10 years on, you should be able to, look, AI is a bit of a bubble, bit of an overpromise. But AI immediately helped people out on their homework. Immediately has replaced certain things. It's done utility things. Oh, Andrew Tate. Bro, I saw fucking Ben Shapiro criticizing this. That's how bad it's gotten, dude. They're fucking letting Andrew Tate in America get out of his sex trafficking imprisonment in Europe, facing rape and trafficking charges in Romania, is back in the US. I don't get how a politician can be behind Andrew Tate, can be like, yeah, this is a good idea. Did he pay the $5 million? Oh, that's what I want to talk about, dude. We have a minute. So Trump is announcing these gold cards. It's almost like a battle pass or something. There's a $5 million gold card to wealthy foreigners. You can basically buy a green card, buy U.S. citizenship or green card, not citizenship, but green card privileges for $5 million and be on the route to citizenship. It's fine, I guess. This is not like something I'll take a large stance on, but what I will take a stance on is him saying this is going to be used to pay down the debt. He's like, if we sell 10 million of these bad boys, we're going to pay down our 7 trillion in debt and there's not that many people with 5 million in the world. Let alone the ones who have it who want to buy a green card and then pay US taxes on their income. They're going to sell so few of these. The only people that'll buy it are traffickers and oligarchs and people that can get such an advantage from having US citizenship that they'll pay the 5 million. It's not going to be a common high net worth thing to buy. And remember, there's not that many people with this high net worth in the entire world. Many of them are Chinese. 45% of them are already American. The next 25% are Chinese. They're just not going to do it, bro. It's I just think we've been so unserious about the debt. And just to hammer that home, because again, I made this argument that I am putting together a fellowship, let's say. A fellowship of the ring. And I'm trying to get the ring to Mordor to throw it in the fire. So I'm here's the things we need. In reality, I'm we need to have somebody who can balance the budget and stop growing the national debt so much. Elon Musk is fucking Gollum. He says he agrees with me. He's I want to balance the budget. I want to do that. I want to do these things, but I don't want to give him the ring because I don't trust him. He doesn't actually do these things. I need to give it to Frodo. It doesn't matter that he says the right words. He says, I want to close the debt because he doesn't do them. His actions don't match up. He's lying. And I think that adds up with everything I'm seeing today. The budget just got passed. It increases the deficit by trillions. It's 3 to 4 trillion of debt, including interest costs. They haven't even saved 1 trillion yet. They've saved far less with Doge. And they're already doing massive tax cuts and blowing out the deficit. It was a lie. It was just a lie, dude. It was a fucking lie. It's just saying words. They don't agree with it in reality at all. And I have been burned, not necessarily by them, but by others in the past who have said they agree with these things and then they don't. Yeah, so let me show you this Dave Portnoy tweet. So Dave Portnoy is the Barstool Sports guy, super bro type, pro crypto, pro meme coin, all that. And he put out a tweet today and asked some questions. Even he. And I just want to say, I want to make this picture that I'm painting for you. People are so doomer coded. I'm dude, people are going to turn so quickly on this administration as things get worse. People are going to rats abandon the sinking ship, dude. Even Dave Portnoy is asking some real questions. Why is the release of the Epstein list always a shit show? I don't know, probably because Trump is on it. That's just been proven. What is the point of booting out illegals and criminals while somehow becoming a safe haven for the Tate brothers? Good question. Why is crypto in the toilet if Trump is crypto king? Good question. How far does Tesla stock have to crash before Elon goes back to work? Good question. If you're a Tesla investor and you're watching the stock just fucking crater and the dude is not doing any work, tweeting 4,000 times a day, good question. He's spinning. And this is a guy who voted Trump, supported Trump. People are saying no one will ever change their mind. And I just think people It's so smug. It's so arrogant. It's like everyone's an idiot but me. No, dude, people have their own values and stuff and they apply them in their own way. And if they're not getting served, they're going to go somewhere else. But when they see that that's not working, they will change their mind. Not everybody, but some will. I think midterms are going to be shocking. I almost invested in Tesla after the election. I mean, if you invested right before the election, you could have made money, you know, as a short-term trade. But all of the election gains, I mean, year to date, Tesla's down 25%. It fell under a trill. Tesla stock fell for 6 straight days, giving up nearly all of its Trump election gains. Look at this photo. This is the richest man in the world. God, it's crazy.